It's funny how life can go from a fairy tale to a soap opera in the blink of an eye. One minute, I'm married to the love of my life, a woman I thought I'd grow old with. I had everything a man could want, a great job, a beautiful house, and the kind of relationship that made people think we were couple goals. Then I walked in on my wife, Emma, naked in bed with my brother. Yep, that happened. It was a Tuesday, for crying out loud. Who does that on a Tuesday? I mean, at least have the decency to wait for the weekend, right? But no, apparently weekday adultery is all the rage these days. Now, I'm not the kind of guy who loses his temper easily. In fact, when I opened that door and saw them tangled in the sheets, my first thought was not to scream or shout. No, it was to quietly back away, close the door, and think. Think about how to burn their little world down without getting my hands dirty. You see, I've always been the planner, the chess player. And what's the golden rule of chess? Patience. I was not about to be one of those guys who burst into the room in a fit of rage, flinging insults and demanding explanations. No, that's too easy, too simple. Where's the fun in that? Instead, I decided to play the long game, and it would be glorious. Step 1, information is power. First, I needed information. Not just about the affair, oh no. I was beyond needing confirmation, but about their lives, their vulnerabilities. My brother Tom was a financial advisor. Emma worked in marketing. Both pretty respectable jobs, right? But what they didn't know was that while I worked in tech, I also had a little side hustle as a cybersecurity consultant. I could get access to almost anything if I wanted to, and lucky for me, I was feeling particularly curious about their digital lives. Over the next few days, I discreetly planted some keyloggers on their devices. Nothing too fancy, just enough to track their text messages, emails, and social media interactions. The good stuff, and boy did I get an eyeful. Apparently, their little tryst had been going on for months. They'd even joked about me being clueless and how easy it was to sneak around behind my back. That hurt a little. Okay, a lot. But more than that, it motivated me. If they thought I was clueless, then clueless I would remain. Let them think they were smarter than me. Step 2, build the trap. Now that I had all their dirty secrets, I needed a plan that would turn their world upside down. And oh, did I have a plan. First, I decided to play the part of the loving, oblivious husband a little longer. I made breakfast for Emma, took her out for surprise dates, and even planned a weekend getaway for the two of us. She ate it all up, clearly feeling no guilt whatsoever about her little extracurricular activities. Meanwhile, Tom and I kept up our regular brotherly bonding. We played golf, went to the gym together, and I even helped him pick out a new watch for his birthday. It was almost too easy to maintain the charade. But behind the scenes, I was busy planting the seeds of chaos. Emma and Tom were about to be the stars of a very public show they wouldn't forget. You see, I knew something they didn't. Both of them had skeletons in their closets. Emma had been embezzling small amounts of money from her company, just enough to go unnoticed, but enough that I could expose it if I wanted to. Tom, on the other hand, had some less-than-savory clients in his portfolio, the kind that could ruin his career if the wrong people found out. And let's just say I was about to become the wrong people. But I wasn't going to expose them yet. No, that would come later, after I'd made sure they were thoroughly tangled in their own web. Step 3. The sweet taste of revenge. One of the perks of my job is that I've made a few high-powered connections over the years, so I called in a couple of favors. First, I arranged for Emma's company to undergo a surprise audit. Nothing big, just enough to raise some eyebrows. At the same time, I anonymously tipped off the financial regulatory authorities about Tom's shady dealings. The beauty of it all? Neither of them knew it was me. They just assumed they were having a run of bad luck. But that was just the appetizer. The main course? Well, that came in the form of a little digital magic. Remember those keyloggers I mentioned? They gave me access to everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I compiled all the steamy texts, the raunchy emails, the incriminating photos, every last bit of their affair, and created a beautiful little slideshow. It was a masterpiece, set to the tune of I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor because, why not? But where to unveil this work of art? Well, Emma's birthday was coming up, and she had planned a big party with all our friends and family. How perfect, right? I offered to handle the AV setup for the party, which of course she happily agreed to. Now I'm not a complete monster. I wasn't going to humiliate them in front of everyone. No, I had a more refined plan. The slideshow was only going to play for a select group of people. Emma's boss, Tom's boss, my parents, and a few other key individuals who would ensure the fallout would be swift and severe. The day of the party arrived, and everything was going according to plan. Emma was glowing, basking in the attention, while Tom played the role of charming brother. They had no idea what was coming. After dinner, when it was time for the slideshow, I made my move. "I've put together something really special for you, Em," I said, smiling sweetly as I clicked play on the presentation. As the first few slides appeared on the screen, pictures of Emma and me on vacation, our wedding day, some cute selfies, I saw her relax, thinking this was just another sappy tribute to our love. But then, the music changed. The pictures changed. And suddenly, there they were. Emma and Tom, in all their cheating glory, flashing across the screen. The room went dead silent. I watched as Emma's face turned a shade of white I'd never seen before. Tom, he looked like he was about to vomit. Their bosses stood there, stunned, while my parents sat in horrified disbelief. It was everything I'd hoped for and more. But here's the best part. While they were busy panicking, scrambling to explain themselves to the people around them, I quietly slipped out of the room. I didn't need to see the rest. The damage was done. Step 4, the aftermath. The fallout was glorious. Emma was fired within a week, her company having discovered her little embezzlement scheme thanks to the audit. Tom? Well, his career took a nosedive after his firm found out about his dealings with unsavory clients. I'm sure the public exposure of his affair didn't help either. But I wasn't done yet. Remember how I said I was playing the long game? Well, I also filed for divorce the day after the party. But here's the kicker. I had a prenup. A very, very airtight prenup. Emma got nothing. I kept the house, the cars, everything. And because I'd been so understanding and forgiving during the divorce proceedings, I got to look like the bigger person in court. Tom? He lost more than his job. His wife left him. She found out about the affair after I'd conveniently sent her a copy of the slideshow. Whoops. My bad. In the end, I came out of this whole mess unscathed, while Emma and Tom's lives fell apart. But the best part? I didn't have to raise my voice or throw a single punch. I let their own actions do the work for me. So to anyone out there thinking about cheating, just remember, some of us play chess, not checkers, and we always win in the end. Checkmate.